Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. It's not going to be easy to manage things today. There are several climbs on the menu before a summit finish. It's a stage that could prove to be key for the general classification. You'll have to be there on the final climb if we are to do well. I'm not too worried. I think we're able to win the stage, outdistancing the other favorites. Go! We're going for victory!
Hello and welcome everyone. After 2 stages in Spain, we're now heading to France on the Pyrenees Orientales. And of course, we can't be in the Pyrenees without encountering a few hills. The riders won't be facing a big mountain stage, but the changing elevations still mean they'll need good climbing skills for any chance of victory today. He's starting the first attack without delay. Here we go. He too goes on the attack at the start of this stage. Another one who's motivated to spend the day up front. A 1-minute gap for the breakaway.
Guys, there are no high mountains today, and the final section isn't too challenging either. The early breakaway could go far. Have a good race.
Stage winner on the 3 Grand Tours, the Australian Ben O'Connor is one of the best climbers in the peloton. Enric Mas is undoubtedly one of the best climbers in the peloton, but he has yet to taste overall victory on the Grand Tour, with 3 runner-up finishes on the Vuelta. A good climber, Guillaume Martin always rises to the occasion when the going gets tough. Since his general classification success on the 2021 Tour de l'Avenir, the Norwegian rider Tobias Halland Johannessen has made steady progress. After numerous honourable mentions and a few victories, we can expect to see him regularly raise his arms. He's an excellent puncher who also knows how to climb in the mountains. On the other hand, it's better for him that he finishes alone because his capabilities as a sprinter really are limited. The stage's first climb is in sight for those at the front, a second category ascension where the first rider will score 1 point towards the mountain standings. The lead is starting to be significant. 1 minute 30 for the front of the race. The breakaway can't widen the gap.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit. There's plenty of damage at the back of the peloton. It will be a long day in the saddle for those who fall behind. He goes to the top of the climber standing.
And here's the ranking for the last mountains classification climb. Here's a climber we find at the front of the race in the person of Max Poole. The breakaway is looking good. It mustn't contain anyone dangerous for the overall standings. A thoroughbred climber, it's not surprising to find the Australian Michael Storer at the front of the race on mountain stages.
He's the best placed in the overall standings amongst those at the head of the race.
The time gap between the peloton and the escapees is stationary.
They're pulling the peloton. He must be interested in a stage win, because his teammates are setting the pace for the peloton. He's the highest placed of the climbers in the breakaway.
The breakaway can't widen the gap. The race leader continues to push his teammates hard behind the breakaway. The gap to the front of the race is barely changing.
Tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap. He asked his teammates to maintain the tempo. He must feel on form today.
The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way to the finish. The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings. The intermediate sprint is nearing for the men at the front. The first man across will glean 20 extra points towards the points classification.
His teammates are accelerating. They're no doubt readying the intermediate sprint. The first riders have reached the intermediate sprint.
The gap with the yellow jerseys melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way to the finish.
And this is the winner of the intermediate sprint.
The gap between the peloton and front of the race has shrunk. It's now 1 minute 30. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey. The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings. The lead group is approaching the feed zone. It's a chance to grab a few gels before the second half of the race. The gap to the front of the race is barely changing. The lead group is approaching the first ascent of the day, the Tozes climb, which is nearly 20 kilometres at an average gradient of barely 5%. The numbers might make it seem like it's rolling terrain, but it shouldn't be taken lightly. The last 4 kilometres are much steeper with an average slope of 9%. The gap with the yellow jerseys melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way to the finish. This first summit will earn 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1 point for the first 6 to the top. The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings.
Here's the ranking at the top of the last climb. He goes to the top of the climber standing. He's got his guys riding. He must have good legs. The peloton has picked up the pace. You need to stay well positioned, guys. I don't know if it's a bluff, but the breakaway looks to be increasing the pace at the front of the race.
The yellow jersey is catching up fast. The breakaway can't hold on much longer. He's the best placed in the overall standings amongst those at the head of the race. The first riders are now going through the town of Puigcerdà. Very shortly they will cross the border and be cycling on French roads. The gap between the peloton and front of the race has shrunk. It's now 1 minute 30. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey. There's now a 1 minute gap between the breakaway and the peloton. The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race. The front of the race is now starting to climb the Col du Calvaire. Once again, it's rather a long pass, but with quite a gentle slope of only 4% on average. The latest time check shows 30 seconds between the peloton and breakaway. The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group. The yellow jersey has just joined up with the lead group.
He's embracing his role as leader, guys. He's asked his teammates to pick up the pace.
The ascent of the pass is classified as second category. The first at the top will score 5 points in the polka dot jersey classification.
His team is riding for the overall standings. The front of the race will struggle to widen the gap. You've got to ride him down. He's dangerous for the stage. He took the lead during the last King of the Mountains climb.
Another 20 kilometres to go before knowing the name of the stage winner. There's everything to play for. Only 5 kilometres before the finish. Come on, only 3 kilometres left, and stage victory is as uncertain as ever. Here's the red pennant. Victory will be decided in the sprint today.
This stage is his. He was the strongest.
Here is the winner of the Granollers, les on the stage!
Remco Evenepoel. Congratulations to him. He managed to maneuver perfectly to snatch this victory. He's amongst the leading riders this year. Here's the yellow jersey of this Tour de France. It's a moment that he should not forget, and which marks his career. Come on, let's applaud him once more. He will climb onto the podium to receive his jersey and a kiss from the hostesses. Here's the green jersey of this Tour de France. Let's hope for his sake that things go as well in the future. But for now, he can relish the... He tops the standings and will receive the traditional honours. Here's the polka dot jersey of this Tour de France.
Max Poole!
It's a moment that he should not forget and which marks his career. Come on, let's applaud. We can say that everything is going well for him at the moment. Here's the white jersey of this Tour de France.
Isaac Del Toro!
It's a moment that he should not forget and which marks his career. Come on, let's applaud him once more.
We really messed up this stage. We were aiming for a stage win, and we didn't even finish in the top 10. It's very disappointing.